Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. Happy WIP Wednesday. On Wednesdays, I like to use the random wheel picker to pick which WIP I will work on. Ooh, say that 5 times fast. So I spun it as you just previously saw, and it picked this one here. So this is Autumn Colors. It is by Catriona Crehan, and it's a square drill kit. And the way I'm working on it is this way, going here, here. And I just finished this, so I'm right here. So we're almost done. I'm still using my Jingle Drills tray from Bijou Bliss. It's got a few, I need to clean it. It's got a few stragglers that keep getting stuck. So it probably needs a good cleaning. I'll probably do that later today. And then I have some purple tweezers that I use whenever I need them. And I'm using my green glitter twist and pick pen from Diamond Art Club. 7-place multi-placer. This putty is from Mary Making and More. It's this right here, Cranberry Mandarin Mary Mud. And actually, I have to refill this, so I thought I would show you how I refill it. It's pretty easy. I twist it. It's kind of yucky looking. Sometimes I can pull it out with my hand, and sometimes I have to use tweezer, or sometimes I have to use pliers. So hold on one second. And just slowly pulls out. There we go. Almost there. You'll hear the pop when it pops out, maybe. Yep, there we go. I used this for this, and it worked pretty well, but it kind of, I don't know, it kind of dried out a little bit. So I'm going to go back to my old reliable, which is this putty wax from Art Dot. And I'll show you how I load it. Let me get this cleaned up a little bit. All right, so I cleaned it up a little bit, and honestly, the only way I really clean it up is I just take my thumbnail and scrape it. But it's just a little bit better to look at. Just kind of go in and you just kind of pull out your old putty. And I'm really only doing this just because I'm switching out the different type. You'll still see, there'll still be remnants because you can't get it fully clean just because it's tight space, and it's really not, I don't really have an ideal tool to like scrape and get out all the putty, but I can at least shove it all in there. All right, sorry, I'm back. I had to chase a cat off my couch. He was clawing it. I don't know what happens when I bring out the filming equipment, but they all of a sudden, both of them decide it's time to go bananas. I'm just kind of twisting it, getting some of that old putty out. That'll be good enough. It's really easy to load. This is my Art Dot putty, and I've had this for over a year now, I think. I like it. I really enjoy it. I'll link it. I think I bought it on Amazon, so I'll link it if you want it. Now I'm kind of going to do, I just kind of make like a snake. It's probably too much, actually. We're going to try it this much. And then I just kind of shove it in. And then I take my handy dandy tweezers and just shove it in. And you can use any wax, or you can try different putties, whatever you want to use. I really enjoy the twist and pick pens. I'm kind of spoiled. I don't really know how to use normal pens anymore. That's actually going to be good enough. You don't want to fill it too full because you still have to put the plunger in. So you just stick your plunger in. And it's not going to go all the way in because it's full. And you see right here, I have washi tape to help kind of stabilize it when it's in the pen so it doesn't wiggle and wobble. Now I'm just going to twist it. It's not going to go all the way down because I don't have the plunger in all the way, but as I work and twist, the plunger will continue to go up into the tip and putty will come out. So I'm just going to twist it just a little bit and give it a second, and some of the old putty is going to start coming out. And just pinch it off and it's good to go. These just come in really handy sometimes for pulling that plunger out. So otherwise you're going to tear your fingers up. That's what I learned. That's the thing I learned the hard way. And all right, pen is ready to go. And I do have my light pad on so I can see. Some people don't like light pads. Some people love light pads. I like them just because I feel like it helps prevent eye strain. This is the section we're going to work on. I'm going to push this up just a little. And the way I like to work on my sections most of the time is I usually take one of the colors down here, and then I'll just kind of work my way up. So let's get started. We're going to start with the N. Okay, so this is the color, the first color we're going to work on. Ooh, my hand is shaky. Sorry, y'all. Some days I have shaky hands. Is anyone else? I don't know. I don't get it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. I did work my arms yesterday, so maybe that's where it's coming from. So let's get this started. How are y'all? Good morning. It is morning time for me. I'm about to log into work, and I thought I would get a little WIP Chat done before I have to start working and before my son comes home from school. So I just want to say welcome. Thank you to all the new subscribers, all my original subscribers. Y'all, I had some really good feedback on my year in review video. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Y'all just made my year so far. I thought it would be fun. Laura from Diamond Paintings with Laura did a diamond painting tag video this week. And so I thought it'd be fun to answer the questions, and I'll put them down below. Please feel free to answer in the comments, or if you have channels, make a video and let me know so I can watch. I love these types of videos. I love being able to talk diamond painting, and it's kind of a way to help get to know each other as well. Hold on one second. I have to clear my throat. I'm back. Sorry. I'm still fighting Louisiana sinus junk. It doesn't help that the weather goes from the 60s to the 40s to the 60s every couple of days. So nobody really knows what's going on weather-wise. We're all just kind of lost, like I am right this second. I try to find my boundary so I'm not constantly trying to accidentally put drills on plastics. Okay, I found my lines. Okay, here we go. First question. How many kits would you like to finish this year? Which is a really good question. So I finished 14 kits for 2025. And honestly, I thought I did 12. So I was pretty okay with that number. I would like to increase it by 1. So we're going to say 15. 15 kits for 2026. More would be awesome. Less is okay, just because life happens. You can't really predict in January how the whole year is going to go, right? Let me know if this angle is good or bad if you're actually watching. Just because I'm still playing around with my angles, and I have a whole bunch of different ways I can do it. It's just depending on how I choose to set up and how I want to see my diamond painting. Okay. Number 2, what is a kit you're prioritizing? So the kit that I really want to do this year is one that I got this previous Black Friday, the 2025 Black Friday. It's the New York City landscape. It has 90 something colors in it. It's a round. It's by Leo Devonici or probably Devonice. Um, and the reason I want to get that done is just because it reminds me of my son. He's going to be going off to college this fall, and I would probably like to hang it in his room here or give it to him for his dorm room. I highly doubt he would hang it in his dorm room, but you just never know. So that's one I would like to have completed before August. In fact, I might start that in March. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. But that is definitely a kit I would like to have completed just because it's special to me. It reminds me of my kid. There was a period in his life where he really liked New York City landscapes, and he's probably not as big of a fan of them anymore as he used to be, but it just made me think of him, and that's why I bought it. And I'll put a picture somewhere. Number 3, what is a kit you're avoiding but you would still like to work on? Okay. Hold on. Okay, I'm trying to think. A kit that I'm really not avoiding any kits. My problem is decision paralysis. I have a hard time choosing out of my kits, which is why I try to just kind of make it random. I would say there's a Brooklyn Bridge one that has a ton of confetti, and I keep thinking about working on it. Unfortunately, I believe it is archived from Diamond Art Club, but it's beautiful, and it would be really fun to work on. It's big, it's got lots of confetti, so I don't really know when I would work on it. So maybe that's a kit I'm kind of avoiding. And then another kit I'm avoiding, which is big, it doesn't have a lot of color, and it looks like there'd be a lot of color blocking, is Black Heart Ballet by Christopher Level, or Lavelle. I'm not quite sure how you say his last name. I'm not sure. Anyway, that one, I keep looking at it and wanting to work on it, but then I look at all the 310 and think, gosh, I don't know. But I'm working on stained Sam the Stained Glass Cat, and it has a ton of 310. It has 15 bags of 310 in it, and it's really coming along pretty well. It's not bothering me. So maybe that's a kit I will tackle sooner rather than later. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the prompts bring me throughout the year, but those are at least 2 kits that I am avoiding, but I would eventually like to work on. Number 4, a kit in your stash you don't ever see yourself working on. I will tell you, I have a kit in my stash that I would love to work on, but I'm afraid to work on because I love it so much. I'm sure if you know, you know. And that would be, is it Chroma? I believe Chroma by Margaret Morales. I just think she is absolutely gorgeous, and I think I would love working on her, but I'm kind of scared to work on her because I love her so much. I think that was the very first Margaret Morales kit I bought, and the colors just got me. The artwork just blew me away, and I love her. I love her too much, if that makes sense. Which, if you're here and you're diamond painting, then you understand what I'm talking about. Wow, I'm flying through these questions. Okay, hold on. My phone went locked out on me. Number 5, an artist you can't skip out on this year. So Margaret Morales is always always an exception to the low buy, no buy rule. However, even her kits are not automatic buys. I have to really put thought into spending my money and adding to my collection, just because I have a lot of her kits that I haven't gotten to yet. In fact, this previous release, they had a beautiful Margaret Morales that I was very tempted to buy, but I didn't. And then they restocked Lumina, which was another kit that I was very tempted to buy. I had it in my cart. I was minutes away from checking out when I thought, just sit on it for a minute and think about it. And then luckily it sold out. So I told myself if it restocks again, then I can buy it then. But until then, it's just on the wish list. So that is an artist that I will definitely always consider buying, no matter how big my stash is, because I just love her work. I think it's absolutely just gorgeous. Another one that I really like, and I haven't worked on any of her kits yet, is the Marigona Suli. I just love the room scenes. I think they're so much fun and really pretty. And that could be another artist that I would allow myself to buy. I would just have to put some thought into whatever kit is being released. It's just not going to be an automatic buy no matter what. I still have to put thought into it. So number 6, a new artist you'd like to try. I don't know. I am always open to new artists. I am more into the artwork than the artist, so I don't really know. There is one artist I follow on Facebook that is not licensed with diamond painting, but I absolutely love her work, and I have sent some of her work into to be licensed. She may not even want her work licensed with diamond painting. I'm not sure, but I would love to see her work go somewhere for diamond painting because it's just fun and whimsical and cheeky, and I love her work. I will see if I can post her Facebook page, her public page, in the description if you're interested. She's just a lot of fun. But other than that, since I am trying to do a low buy, no buy, it would just have to really be a piece that I just can't get out of my head. So who knows? I'm always open to new artists, though. I would love to get a Hiroko. There was a few that I really liked from Enabler's Outpost, and I just had them on my wish list, and unfortunately, Enabler's Outpost closed before I got the chance to buy them. I will say I have one Enabler's Outpost that is not a Hiroko, but it made me really sad to hear that they closed down. But I also understand it. I mean, life isn't always easy, and this economy hasn't been very small business friendly, especially for companies like this who import from China. It's just been a big mess, and it makes me sad, but maybe one day they'll come back. They had really good diamond paintings, and I really enjoyed the artists that they were able to license with, and I would love for them to be able to do that, but I also know it's a lot of work. I believe they're still turning pens though, and they make really nice pens, so I mean that's a good thing. Anyway, that went off topic. Sorry about that. If you hear my cat meowing, he's mad because I won't let him go play in my garage. So he'll be okay though. Okay, number 7. A new painting, theme, or style you'd like to try out this year. I don't know. I just kind of buy whatever strikes my fancy. I think I am not opposed to landscapes. They would just have to be a landscape that really strikes my imagination and gets my excitement level up. A lot of the landscapes I find are really pretty, but they're just really not something I would be into. I was actually surprised I bought this one. This one isn't one I would have initially thought I would have wanted, but I really liked the colors. That's what got me. So yeah, maybe some more landscapes and get away from the plethora of portraits that I have. That would be nice. Hold on one second. I'm going to do this and then I'll look at the next question. I'm trying not to bump. I have my iPad literally right above this, and I'm trying not to bump my forehead into it while I try to look. So don't judge the placement. I'm kind of sitting a little further away from my kit than I normally would, but I think it's going along okay. Fixing the putty. So what I do sometimes after it starts to overflow a little bit, I just kind of take my finger and I just run my finger over the top, smush it in, kind of get my finger oils on it, and it'll last me a while. I don't remember. I think I changed this out just the other day. I don't change it out every time I go to diamond paint. Number 8, are there any new companies you'd like to try in the new year? Yes, there are companies that I haven't gotten around to trying that I would love to try if I allow myself to buy kits this year. One of them is Jolly Gem Shop. They have some really cute kits that I would love to buy. The problem is, of course, picking one. Shipping, I think shipping is not too bad. They're a little on the pricey side, and they're overseas, but I've heard good things about them. Another one is Ever After Diamond Painting. They had some really cute Molly Harrison kits. And then Diamond Art Gallery is a newer one. And there is one kit that I do plan to buy. It is a Matisse. I'll put a picture up here. I just love it. And I did give myself permission to buy that for the summertime. If there's a summer with the masters, that's the one I want to start working on. But again, we're trying really hard not to buy a ton of kits. So those are all shops I really want to support and to buy from, but I'm also trying not to buy kits. So sometimes it's a little bit of a conundrum because I want to support our smaller shops, but I also want to keep my stash goals. Sorry, my cat has decided he's going to say hello. He decided to give up on going to play in the garage and is now walking all over my diamond painting. So if you see a little gray head or paw, that is Ash right here. Thank you. So what I do when he is like this is I usually cover up the sticky part so we don't get cat hair all over. I'm going to give him his attention. And then I tell him to go lay down. There you go. Go be a good boy. Thank you. Okay, number 9. What artist are you hoping to see new licensed artwork from in 2026? Honestly, I'd really like to see more Christopher Lavelle. I think his artwork is really unique. It's not always my style. Most of the time it's not my style, but I know a lot of people are looking forward to seeing more of his artwork. And then, I don't know. I just love seeing what comes out, even if I decide not to buy it. Hi. Thank you. Oh, you're being so sweet. Okay, thank you. I love you. No. What about you? Are there any artists that you're really hoping to see come out this year? I would honestly like more Mandy Manzano also. She was the first. Stop. She was the one who really got me interested in diamond painting. I kept seeing, actually the very first kit I completed, Nola, I kept seeing that kit advertised on Facebook, and then I would look at it and think, gosh, I can't spend that much money on a hobby. And now look at me. So maybe more Mandy Manzanos, and I don't know. We'll just have to see. I love Peggy Collins, but I know Peggy Collins is a given. Margaret Morales is definitely going to have a few more kits. Tell you what, sometimes cats are awesome, and sometimes cats are Awesome with the side of can you please not? And Ash is kind of at that point where it's can you please not? Hold on one second. I'm back. I had to settle him down in his bed right next to me. I'll put a picture. He's so sweet, but sometimes he is super frustrating. Now I'm not running out. I still have a bag or two I can put in there. I just haven't done it yet. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is the 3 dots, which is 740. That's this one right here. I love my cats, but there are some days where I think, goodness gracious, y'all, they're like toddlers. And it's monkey see, monkey do. One gets into one thing, and then the other one has to see what they're doing and then decide they have to do it as well. Yesterday it was exploring underneath the bathroom sink. One did it, and then the other one said, oh, I need to do this now. It's crazy. Okay, next question, number 10. How has your diamond painting style or taste changed over the year? I don't know. I think for me, I'm just always been open to working on the art that just kind of draws me in. So my style hasn't really changed. I just kind of go with whatever is speaking to me, if that makes sense. And sometimes even I surprise myself. There was a kit last year that really surprised me, the cat toast one. That's really not an art that I really thought I would be into, and yet I had such a fun time working on it, and I loved the colors. So I really think color has to really speak to me, the color palette. And I like that I challenged myself with Which You Stole the Night. I really didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did, but I had such a good time working on it that I'm not afraid to work on those. I don't want to call them drab because they're not. Just a kind of a dull, not even dull. I don't know. Just a more monochrome. There we go. More monochrome type kit. But I loved What You Stole the Night. I just loved the way it came to life, and the color palette just kind of, I don't know, it didn't bother me at all. It just kept me going, kept me motivated. So I'll have to say I went from having to have lots of really bright, pretty colors to being more accepting of maybe a different color palette, not having to be so bright in your face. Maybe that's how my taste has changed. We'll see. I don't know. I just really like watching a diamond painting come to life. I'm not artistic in the sense that I really can't draw and paint. I've tried painting and I'm not very good at it. So this is the way I can help create art without having to have the frustration of not being able to do what I see in my head. Does anyone else ever get that? Like, I will have ideas, right? I'll have pictures in my head of what I want to accomplish. And then when I try to accomplish it, it's just a Pinterest fail all the time. It never comes out. My imagination far exceeds my skill, and that's okay. I've learned to be okay with it. I've learned that we all have different talents, and I may not have artistic ability, but I can appreciate it. And I found other ways to be creative without being disappointed in my lack of ability. My poor son loves to draw, and unfortunately, he inherited my my genetics in that aspect, which is a bummer because his dad's pretty good. His brother is really good, and his uncle Robert was really, really good. His uncle used to win art competitions in high school and was a worked in like an advertising agency until he passed away. from cancer, but he would draw just really cool pictures. I remember I think my son's father still has the picture, but when our kids were little, they would ask him to draw like Sonic the Hedgehog or Mario, and so he would draw them as Sonic the Hedgehog or Mario. And I think when we were cleaning out the house and splitting everything up, I think my son's father kept those. Hopefully he did, because I don't think I have them. But they were really cool, and the kids always loved when Uncle Robert would draw pictures for them. But long story long, my son has more talent than I do, but definitely isn't quite there. He can get better. Like he does sometimes watch videos on YouTube and practices, and he drew a friend a really cool birthday present, but it takes him forever, and he definitely gets the frustration. I feel that frustration. Kid, I've been there very often. So that's the roundabout way of answering that question. Maybe I need to drink more coffee before I start these, because I just kind of wander. Okay, number 11, a diamond painting goal for 2026. I really want to keep working on my stash, especially the oldest kits that I have. I started Sam the Stained Glass Cat this Sunday. It is now officially Sundays with Sam is what I've been calling it. And so on Sundays I like to work with Sam the Stained Glass Cat, and he's coming along. I've completed maybe 3 sections. Hold on, this is driving me crazy. I think I've completed 3 sections of him. I am actually filming it in, was it time lapse, and having a lot of fun doing that. I filmed the unboxing for that. If y'all want to see it, my plan was to do that video from start to finish. So from unboxing, kitting up, time lapse of working on it, and then the finish. And we'll see if I continue doing that. I really like the time lapse. I think it's funny that I can spend hours and I can reduce it down to just a mere minute or 2 for your viewing pleasure. But I love watching it come to life. I don't know. Are you into that? I just think it's so much fun. So I would like to continue working on my oldest kits for 2026 and really just focusing on the kits that I have already in my possession and not constantly buying the new kits that I think I want to have in my possession. Those are my 2 big diamond painting goals, and so far so good. And the last question is, what diamond painting thing are you leaving behind in 2025? And I think really the biggest thing I'm leaving behind in 2025 is the need to collect them all. I think it's really easy to fall into that, and I think it's okay. I mean, I think you just have to be in a place where you're comfortable with whatever you're comfortable with. I am not. I'm not comfortable with the size of my stash. It gives me a little bit of anxiety. It gives me a lot of anxiety, actually, and it gives me a little bit of not embarrassment, but like, gosh, feeling of overconsumption. And I know that the good thing about diamond painting kits is I can always give them away. I can destash them. I can do all that. But when I think about how many I have versus how many I can complete in a year, I just kind of get a little overwhelmed. And like I said, while I love the new art that comes out, I also have to remind myself, you loved everything that you bought. So, at some point you have to pause on something. And there are some people who truly have become almost like collectors and just collect the kits to collect the kits, and they know that they're just not going to work on all of them. And I think that's awesome, and I support that completely. I want to work on all of my kits. I want to work on my kits. I've been going through and inventorying, and I'm really at, like, I get to that point where I'm just like, how do I work on all of these at one time? it's not possible. And how do I get to all of these? And that's just kind of where I'm at this year, is really looking at what I have and trying to decide what I'm going to do with everything that I have. I'm hoping to move in the fall, and that's just going to be a beast to haul everything and store everything. And so we'll see. It's something that just kind of, as I've been going through and really taking stock of what I ended up buying last year, it's really kind of like a wake up call. Like, I knew I had a lot, but I think I have more than I thought I did, and I wasn't really mentally prepared for it. So we'll see. Like, I still haven't finished inventorying because I just got a little overwhelmed. Do you ever do that, where you just kind of have to walk away from something because it's just a little too much, a little too realistic right now? And like I said, the good thing is I was pretty responsible in that I didn't go into a ton of debt to acquire this collection, so I don't really feel guilty there. I just feel like, wow, like it's so much. And the hard thing is they put out so many great things every week, and it's just, at some point you have to decide, like, when is enough, I guess, is the thing I'm struggling with. And when are you okay with enough is enough? And I'm kind of there at the moment. Like I said, that Lumina kit from Margaret Morales, I love that kit. I just know I would love working on it, but it's just one more kit when would I get to it? So that's how I've really been kind of approaching buying kits. And it kind of frustrates me on a personal level, because, like I said, there are small shops I would love to try kits from, and I would love to support, but then again, it's adding more kits to my collection. So maybe, look at this. Look at this whole little section of ends that I missed because I was, and one right there. Isn't that annoying? Oh, well, I'll go back to it in a second. So maybe it is, if you want to buy a kit, you have to find a home for X amount of kits before you can add a new kit to your stash. I don't know. I haven't fully fleshed out how I'm going to work on that, but it's just there. And I think the struggle is real, and I think the struggle becomes real for a lot of us. And it's a matter of finding that balance between having enough and being okay with what you have, or having that fear of never having, or living with that fear of missing out on every awesome kit. Like, is it okay to miss out on a great kit? Will you be okay? And I'm really at that point where I think I'll be okay. If a kit that I really like is archived and I don't buy it, will I be okay not having it in my collection? And right now I'm at the point where, yeah, I'll be okay because I have so many great kits, right? So I don't know. It's just something that I've been thinking about and really trying to be adult about it, because I love to I love to belly flop right into hobbies and go all in. And then the fear of burning out and deciding I don't want to do it anymore is a big one. Like, I was all in on cross stitch for years, and I have lots of great cross stitch patterns. When am I going to get to those? Because now all my free time goes to diamond painting, and I cross stitch maybe once a month with my best friend, and it's taking me months to work on one small Mill Hill kit. So I don't know. It's just that thing where I think I'm having to be an adult here and think and make smart choices. And who likes to make smart choices? It's just boring. I'd rather make the fun choices. So that's just where I'm at. It's just a mental struggle, and I'm sure maybe some of y'all can relate. Some of you are like, good Lord, get help. Well, maybe I do need help. I don't know. But that's just my 2026 journey, is working on what I have and finding happiness and contentment with what I have. And so far it's working. So far I look at kits that I'm tempted to buy, and I really makes me stop and think about it. And when I get to the question of, well, when are you going to work on this? The answer is, I don't know. Now, like that Matisse I told you that I really want to buy, I know I want to work on that this summer. And so that's kind of how I'm justifying that. Plus, it's a company I've never worked with. I've heard really cool things about them, and they're a new company. They're approaching diamond painting in a kind of a unique way. She has some kits that are a limited edition, and just you get like a print, another print by that artist with your limited edition kit, and your kit is numbered just like a limited edition print of something. And I think that's a really cool way of doing it. The Matisse is not a limited edition. It is just a kit she has available for purchase. So um, the collector in me is like, well, if you're going to buy that one kit, then you need to buy a limited edition kit so you can see the difference. And I don't know, maybe I will. We'll see. Who knows? I don't know. It's just rambling. Sorry. Just a rambling day. My brain is 5 million places at one time. I'm going to go back to the end because that is annoying to me. And this kit is coming along really nice. I'm really enjoying every section I work on. I have to say, I love the colors, and I was worried that I wouldn't want to work on it after the fall time, but honestly, it's not bothering me at all. I think it's because I still love the oranges and the yellows a lot, and I could see this hanging in the house during fall time because it's just that perfect harvest festival type kit. So I think those are all the questions. Let me see. Yep. And I will link Laura's video where she talked about the questions and the tag video. I'll link that in the description, and I will add the questions to the description. And other than that, life has been peachy. So far, 2026 hasn't been too awful. Did y'all have a good New Year? I had a really fun New Year. I went to the local casino with a friend, and we had a great time. He ended up winning like $6,000 in slot play, which meant that you could only use it on the slot machines. You couldn't just walk out with $6,000 in cash. But anytime you won on the slot machine, you could cash out and you won whatever you won. So if you're playing and you won $100, you could cash out and it'll give you that $100 that you won. So it was fun just hanging out with him and hitting the button a few times and then cashing out his winnings with him. I'm definitely the type, I don't really go to the casino very often. This is the one we're working on. Just because I don't like the idea of losing my money. And so it was a lot of fun to play and be in that environment for New Year's Eve, but not really spending any money. In fact, he gave me some money at the end of the evening after we played a lot of his money, his free money. And that was just fun. It was just a fun night. My kid ended up actually staying at home. I mean, he's 18. He could do that. His dad was they were supposed to do something, but then his dad had to go out of town for work, so they didn't get to shoot off fireworks. And then I offered to take him to a friend's house, and he just didn't really want to. He wasn't feeling great. We've both been fighting sinus stuff. His turned into a cold. Mine just stayed sinus, and it's just annoying. It's just annoying. Like, you just don't feel your best, but you also don't feel sick, if that makes sense. All right, that is a rambling one. Y'all have a great one. I'm going to stop it right here and finish this later. It's time for me to get to work. I heard the emails coming in, so I'm going to get started, get my day going, and y'all have a great one. I will talk to you later. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh my gosh, y'all, 400 subscribers. Y'all are amazing. I set out to do this, and I didn't even think I would make 200 subscribers. So 400 might not seem like a lot to some people, but I appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah, let me know if you have a channel and I'm not subscribed. Let me know, because I love to support you and I love seeing what everyone else is doing. I think it's such a fun community, and I think there's room for all of us to cheer each other on and support each other. So that's my little spiel. Y'all have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.